participated in the Red Sea Film Festival.
It was all for one purpose, to help people.
There can't be something big. Instead, they are very capable of doing so. They imagine a very specific kind of person. Someone like Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, or Sean from The Good Doctor. But what if that stereotype is the reason why so many people are never understood? You see, the biggest problem is that many people assume that autism always looks the same. Most people only know the movie version. Someone who struggles to speak, avoids people, seems rude, or acts in very obvious ways. But what if I told you that autism is a spectrum, which means it can show up differently in every person? Quiet people can be autistic too, and social people can be autistic too. You could know someone your whole life, yet never realize that they might be autistic, simply because we all grew up with such a narrow image of what autism is supposed to look like. This misunderstanding affects girls and women the most. Many girls learn from a young age to mask their traits by copying the people around them, rehearsing conversations, forcing eye contact, and hiding their sensory struggles. And because they become so good at blending in, people never notice something's wrong. I know this because I have lived it myself. My whole life, people called me shy, sensitive, or dramatic. But no one ever cared to stop and ask why such simple things felt so much harder for me than they seemed to feel for everyone else. I had to rehearse conversations in my head before saying them, force myself into overwhelming environments, and act in ways that made other people feel comfortable, even when it left me feeling exhausted. But the hardest part after all of that was hearing people say, "We never even noticed," because that was exactly the point. I had spent so long making sure no one noticed, to the point where I started to lose sight of what came naturally to me at all. That is why being undiagnosed can feel so isolating, because instead of understanding yourself, you grow up believing you are just a problem. You are not trying hard enough, not good enough, not normal enough. But the misunderstanding does not just stop at stereotypes. You see, the truth is, autistic people, it's not just about what they find difficult, it's also about what they can become. They are capable of success, of building something meaningful. And many autistic individuals develop such strong skills and things they really care about. They can become incredibly creative, detail-oriented, and driven. For me, that shows up in creativity, in design, in painting, and makeup, and in creating things that allow me to express what I sometimes cannot put into words. And they can stand exactly where I'm standing right now, speaking, leading, creating, and achieving. Just because someone is autistic does not mean they cannot succeed or can't be proud of themselves or can't be something big. Instead, they are very capable of doing so. And yet, despite that, the way we talk about autism every day still holds many people back. Somewhere along the way, autism stopped being taken seriously. People now use it as a joke, something to throw around when someone's acting weird or stupid. And when a real condition becomes a joke, people stop caring. So when someone finally builds up the courage to say, "I think I might be autistic," they are not met with understanding. They are met with laughter or confusion or dismissal. And even when they try to explain themselves, people say things like, "But you seem normal," or "You don't look autistic." But autism does not have a look. What people are really saying is, "You do not match the stereotype I have in my head." And that stereotype is exactly the problem. Because what they don't see is the effort that goes on behind it. They see the result, not the exhaustion it took to get there. So imagine living your whole life feeling different, but being told over and over again, you are just overreacting. Imagine struggling in ways you cannot explain, yet being blamed instead of understood. This is the reality for so many girls. Autism is not rare in women, it is simply misunderstood. The issue is not that girls do not show signs, it's that society looks for one type of sign. And this is not just about labels, it's about understanding. Because once people are understood, they stop blaming themselves for things they were never meant to handle alone. And how many people are out there right now feeling misunderstood not because no one cares, but no one recognizes what they are truly going through. So maybe the problem was never that autistic girls were invisible. Maybe we were only taught to see one version of them. And once we change that, once we stop turning autism into a stereotype or a joke, we make space for people to finally be seen, not as too sensitive, not as too much, but exactly as they are. Thank you.